This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Portland's most wanted captured by police. Elroy Griffiths, otherwise called Greg, who was Portland's most wanted man, has been captured by the Portland police after 5 o'clock Tuesday morning at Canewood, Hope Bay in the parish. Griffiths, who was named as Portland's #1 most wanted in September 2021 for the murder of Maureen Johnson on August 20, 2019 in Buff Bay. Griffiths at the time worked as a security guard at the Buff Bay Primary School, and the Johnson, who lived in the Oliver housing scheme, was stabbed and the house they occupied burnt. 50-year-old Johnson was Griffiths' common-law wife. It is not clear when the murder occurred, but the Buff Bay Fire Station confirmed that they got a call for a house on fire at the Oliver Housing Scheme at 9:37 Tuesday evening and responded. When they went, the house was engulfed in flames and they put it out. A body was seen on the veranda that was completely burnt. The news understands that the body had stab wounds to the neck, and the police was treating it as a case of murder and arson. The two have reportedly been living together for about 18 years, but the relationship was a rocky one, according to police reports. Today, a joint police-military team carried out a raid in the Canewood area of Portland in search of Griffiths, where he was captured. 2 people were taken in custody during the operation. Griffiths and a female of Canewood Road, Hope Bay, who the police say may be charged for harboring a fugitive. "We are warning citizens that harboring criminals is a serious offense for which they can be charged. We urge the citizens of Portland to continue being vigilant and to bring to the attention of the police wanted, suspicious, and/or strange persons or activities in and around their communities," said Superintendent of Police Kenneth Chin. Man killed, another injured by gunmen in Cassava Peace, St. Andrew. The police are keeping an eye on Cassava Peace in St. Andrew after a man was killed and another injured during a gun attack in the community on Monday. The deceased has been identified as Tyrone Wilson, a resident also of Cassava Peace. Reports reaching the news are that a group of people were standing along a roadway in the community about 4 p.m. when gunmen opened gunfire. Wilson and another man were found suffering from gunshot wounds after the shooting subsided. They were transported to hospital, where Wilson was pronounced dead and the other man admitted. Investigations are ongoing. Man charged after phone store robbery in Halfway Tree. Police have charged a man in connection with a robbery of a cellular phone store in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew. The man, who was charged earlier this week, was reportedly held with a firearm and several stolen phones while he was traveling on a bus after the robbery. Charged with robbery with aggravation and illegal possession of a firearm is Antine Hutchinson, 20, from Mandela Terrace, St. Andrew. Police said that 2 Mondays ago, 4 men entered the phone store pretending to be customers. It is reported that the men then pulled the guns and robbed the store of 20 cellular phones before fleeing. A police unit on patrol in the area was informed of the robbery and pointed in the direction the robbers fled. Following investigations, Hutchinson was held on a bus. When searched, a firearm and 18 of the 20 stolen phones were found in his possession. He was taken into custody. American man from St. James reported missing. 27-year-old Alfonso Willox, otherwise called American Man, of Glendevon, St. James, has been missing since Monday, January 17. He is of brown complexion, slim-build, and is about 5 feet 11 inches tall. Reports from the Montego Bay police are that Willox was last seen at a clinic in Montego Bay, St. James. When last seen, he was dressed in a gray shirt with blue stripes, blue shorts, and orange slippers. He has not been heard from since. Anyone knowing Willox's whereabouts is being asked to contact the Montego Bay Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. JHTA seeks to quell alarm following report of COVID-19 clusters in St. Anne hotels. Clifton Reeder, president of the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, has sought to quell alarm following a report that COVID-19 clusters have been observed at hotels in St. Anne. Dr. Samantha Gallimore, medical officer for surveillance at the St. Anne Department, last week indicated that there has been a noticeable increase in COVID cases in the last month among guests and a few staff members at the hotels. The majority of cases for the period were at Rio Hotel with 55. Mr. Reeder has argued that the Omicron variant was the cause of the increase in positive cases among guests, but he said the positivity rate along the resilient corridor is still far less when compared to the national rates.
In the past, we have boasted, that's before Omicron, that our positivity rate in the corridor, including St. Anne, was at the time less than 1%. With the multiplier effect of Omicron, it's now between 5 and 7%, when Jamaica is running over 60%. In St. Anne, if you should again come back to Hotel 155, 212, Hotel 314, 5, 4, and 4. That's literally less than 2%. Any negative reports generally can affect us, and that is why we have to try as best as we can to make sure that things are put in perspective before we actually report them. I mean, again, it's a worldwide epidemic, pandemic, and if you compare Jamaica to, say, Dom Rep or, one of those countries that we compete with, then you're going to find out that we are way, way better than them. On average, we've lost about 15%. Some properties more than that, but on average it's 10 to 15% that we've lost due to cancellations. But speaking with some hoteliers, they're noticing that at the end of April and May, they are seeing some kind of bump in their occupancies or their projections, which means that some of these cancellations, they're not real cancellations, they're transferring to other periods when they believe that the virus would have waned.
Portland Health Department raises alarm over uncollected garbage. The medical officer of health for Portland, Dr. Sharon Lewis, is raising alarm about the chronic garbage problem in the parish, saying it could result in an increase in the rodent population. According to Lewis, uncollected garbage spilling over from receptacles also threatens Portland's vector control program. I am urging the relevant stakeholders to collaborate and devise means to urgently address the problem while we await the procurement for additional garbage trucks in the medium to long term, she pleaded. The problem worsened around mid-November when more trucks belonging to the National Solid Waste Management Authority became inoperable. The NSWMA has been contracting privately owned trucks to fill the void, but according to Port Antonio Mayor Paul Thompson, the private operators are overwhelmed by the volume of uncollected garbage. The problem is especially severe in the parish capital, Port Antonio, and its environs, including Breastworks, Brands Bay, Stony Hill, Norwich, and Ferry Hill. Public hospitals reverting to emergency services only as of Wednesday. Effective Wednesday, Jamaica's public hospitals will be restricted to conducting emergency care services only. Elective cases are again being postponed, the Ministry of Health and Wellness has confirmed. The new dates for these procedures will be announced. The statement from the Health Ministry Tuesday morning comes amid pressure from doctors and nurses for public hospitals to begin operating in emergency mode as they face increased pressure due to the growing number of confirmed and suspected COVID-19 cases. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton has disclosed that several of the larger hospitals have exceeded 90% capacity, with some now beyond capacity. At the same time, there is an increase in admissions for other illnesses, matched by a decrease in staff coverage as many healthcare workers are out sick. Up to Sunday, there were some 682 patients in hospital isolation for COVID-19. Of that number, 486 were positive and another 196 suspected. Persons are being asked to exercise discretion in going to the hospitals at this time. 15 more COVID deaths, 1,548 new cases. Jamaica yesterday recorded 50 new COVID-19 deaths. 10 of the deaths were recorded in St. Catherine, 4 in Kingston and St. Andrew, and 1 in St. Thomas. At the same time, there were 1,548 new cases with a positivity rate of 51.5%. The parish breakdown is as follows: Kingston and St. Andrew 545, St. Catherine 262, St. James 143, St. Anne 102, Westmoreland 81, St. Elizabeth 75, Manchester 72, Clarendon 61, St. Thomas 56, Trelawney 50, Hanover 42, Portland 39, and St. Mary 20. Meanwhile, hospitalizations have now reached 540, with 84 patients moderately ill, 50 severely ill, and 11 critically ill. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.